Come on, please. Come on, give me that fix. Give me that fix. I was listening to Prince, though, when I was getting amped. I need to eat something. I'm way too much liquid in my system.
I just
with
had a
no
little
fucking solids.
I had some shrimp and some toast.
See, I did not know Joel would be on. Thank God.
I didn't either. I'm very excited.
His sport. I'm supporting his sport.
Yeah.
There you go. Nice hat. This
We
is
are
what Tony gave me.
live on YouTube at Foul Play by Play. Boy, cheers. I still mixed him a victory margarita when our defense took the field. That's how confident I was. I thought we had him. Hello! Welcome to this thing we call Minnesota Foul Play by Play. I'm your host, Anthony Variano, and I'm joined, as usual, by our attorney on retainer, who can be retained with a teener, Michael J. Haas, Esquire, and our favorite co-host and NBA 2K expert, my favorite cousin, Joel Mariano is here to give us a Timberwolves preview. Joel, how are you, buddy?
I'm great. Can't complain. Life's good.
Michael, how's your bod?
It's the same.
The same.
I'm getting closer and closer to a heart attack, but I'm not there yet. We're getting
the
there,
Detroit Lions-Vikings game got you close. You got you on the edge. You started to feel alive for a second because your heart was failing.
Yes.
All right, well, let's talk about that Vikings game. Vikings lose to the Lions for a chance to take over sole first place of the NFC North, the toughest division in the sport. And they had some opportunities to win that game, and they didn't. Well, Mike, tell me, what do you think about our approach in that game? Because I have some qualms.
I have some qualms with, even though, I mean, you couldn't have split a game better than what we just watched. I've got the stats breakdown of the game. Time of possession is damn near equal. Each team had it for damn near 30 minutes of the game. Pass yards, Lions, 247. Pass yards, Vikings, 244. Rush yards, Lions, 144. Rush yards, Vikes, 139. So total yards, Lions, 391. Total yards, Vikings, 383. It's like you can't get any fucking closer than that. Offensively,
first downs, too.
Yeah.
First downs, too. There's like 3 more first downs than Vikes.
I was really impressed with how we made Detroit struggle at the start of that game. We were able to stop the run early. Let's just say that.
Yeah, and let's if you're breaking it quarter by quarter or half by half, I mean, Ben Johnson made adjustments going into the second quarter, and they owned us. I think we made some adjustments and owned them later in the game. But I think what we're seeing, we did not see an effective screen game out of Minnesota today. A couple, like Jefferson had one, got us a first down. They stopped a couple to Jefferson, but
blew up a bunch of them for negative yards too.
So I think that's what teams are doing against us now, or they should be doing against us, is if you can eliminate our screen game, it's going to make our offense come back to reality. I honestly think we got
that screen game is meant to attack this Detroit Lions run defense, which is tops in the league. One of the best run defenses in the league.
Yes. I think we got out-coached a little bit.
I agree. I think we found out a few things today. One, Jared Goff and Sam Darnold, there's a big separation between those two. Yep. And two, I think – oh, go ahead. Sorry.
Oh, I mean, as there should be. Anybody that wants to pretend Sam Darnold is the same quarterback as Goff is an idiot. Darnold's been playing very good ball. I think we're seeing –
he was perfect in the first half. Perfect.
I think we're seeing two pretty darn good teams. I would agree the edge goes to the Lions, but that's nothing against the Vikings. I mean, this is a team the Lions have been – that's what sucks about being a Vikings fan is we've never tanked or anything. So the Lions right now are a team that has good coaching now finally and the products of so many years worth of just shit. They've got so much first-round talent. On the offensive side of the ball.
And they've drafted, you got to give them a lot of credit for drafting well in those drafts because I didn't see a lot of these guys coming, and they seem to.
Well, it's tough to miss that many times. My thing, you got Gibbs first round, Williamson first round, Powell, Sewell Powell, whatever the hell his name is, their
Is
offensive line.
Montgomery a first rounder too?
No, I don't think so.
I don't think so. But you're looking at
That was a steal.
Gibbs, and then their tackle he's one of the best tackles in the league. Like, yeah, they should be good. Like, after being bad for so long, I'm still impressed how good the Vikings are, and that comes to coaching, even though I would love to hear the discussion between O'Connell and Flores after the game, where it's like, Jesus Christ, man, you got to get at least one first down.
Yeah,
Like,
no, and that's when I, in the group chat, said, this is where you throw the ball on first or second down, because there's too much time left. You need a first down, and running the clock out is just not an option with a 1-point lead in that point. You need to drive the ball like you're trying to score the fucking ball. You want to put points on the board. And they ran the ball on first down, ran the ball on second down, and I knew that was a mistake right from the start.
Well, let me trip in, and then Joel can take over. While I agree with you, they could have done that.
I was like, I'm here to talk basketball, man. You go ahead.
Yeah, you take my time.
What I'm saying is, while I agree with you, but it wasn't a play call issue. That one was Darnold. You had him. He was open. It would have been a first down to make the throw. It's not.
But he has a much better, easier throw on second or first down. That's what I'm saying.
I'm just saying.
This is the difference between Jared Goff makes that throw and Sam Darnold doesn't. That's the difference in the winning and losing that game. Also, another difference in winning and losing that game, I think that Man Campbell is a better head coach than Kevin O'Connell.
I don't think so.
I think he is. I think he's got complete buy-in from his team. I think they play just like he wants them to play and needs them to play. And they should have beat us by more, because they had that gaff on the first possession where they fucking faked that punt and give us great field of position for the touchdown. Like, that, we should probably have never gotten that score.
No, I'm saying, yeah, I don't think Man Campbell is a better coach.
I love that we got him. Now we don't even call him Dan. It's just Man. He's all Man.
No, but that's you can't. His problem is he gets too aggressive. Where it's just
I like that about him. That's
I know,
I
but
think he's
the rest of the league has caught up to him. Where it's like, if it's the first fucking quarter, the first possession, and it was what, fourth in
it's a great time to take a chance. It's a great time to take a chance.
When the whole league.
He obviously had enough confidence in his team to fucking stay in the game to take that chance there. That's displaying a lot of confidence. Like, it's no different than Kevin O'Connell calling that goddamn play from the goal line for the fucking 60-yard pass in the air from Sam Darnold to Justin Jefferson in week 1. That's the same thing.
It's instilling confidence in the players.
Yeah,
like, hey,
exactly.
let's go have fun.
Right. Yeah,
right.
I got confidence that you guys will go out there, and if we screw this up, it won't be the difference in the game.
No.
And it wasn't.
Yeah. If we screw this up, fuck it.
Yeah.
I agree, but don't let coaching take you out of a game. Like, Detroit was almost out of the game.
They didn't. They rebounded that nicely. They gave up. That was the longest run of the game, and then they didn't give up hardly shit. That was like a 55-yard run or 50-yard run, and then we struggled to run the ball for the next 2 quarters.
I know, but imagine how bad that first quarter could have gotten if the fuck's his name, our interior defensive tackle, Phillips. How the fuck is that not a goddamn fucking fumble? Like, give me a break. Imagine if we got that.
That's one. If you call it a fumble on the field, it stays a fumble on the field. And since they called it down by contact, because that's simultaneous possession going to the ground. And it should be like the person who comes up with it, but I don't think that's the case. I think it's tie goes to the runner, and it's the first to possess gets the ball. I don't know. But that looked like a fumble to me.
All I'm saying is, at this point, obviously, because they just won, Detroit's the better team.
Yeah.
I think once we get Hawk back, and we're going to play again at the end of the season, and then we're going to play again in the playoffs. That's just the reality.
The Vikings are a playoff team. That's the reality. I don't know. If Sam Darnold gets hurt, there's a lot of games to be lost.
Oh, my God. We're 5-1. Of course, we're getting into the playoffs.
No, if Sam Darnold gets hurt, they can miss the playoffs.
I like how you still think that the reason we're winning is because of Sam Darnold.
No, the reason we're losing is because of Sam Darnold. We will lose games, 1-score games that we're winning right now, or it's just The difference between Sam Darnold and our backup right now is so vast that I just don't think that we can beat anybody without him.
What they
and Aaron Jones, I said earlier in the group chat, Aaron Jones is the MVP of this team, and I believe that. I believe it because every time he's not on the field, they look like shit. He's better at picking up pass protection. He's the best receiving running back I think I've seen, and the only guy who can get us more than 3 yards of carry on any run.
He's still not as important as Justin Jefferson, and we saw that again today. Jefferson is.
But Jefferson had a great game. He always has a great game against the Lions, and we still find a way to lose. Because you can't.
We don't always find a way to lose.
All those Lions
sacks.
All those Lion sacks were covered sacks. They were not getting pressure on Sam Darnold at all, and the only time they got to the quarterback was because the secondary played well, and that shouldn't happen against, even without Hawkinson in the game. They have the wide receivers to create separation. The one Sam Darnold interception, I don't even think was Sam Darnold's fault. I think that was the receiver.
He did not see. No, that was no. He did not see the safety coming down.
I think he expected that route to be flattened out and gone toward the sideline, and he threw it as if that ball was going to go towards the sideline, and he did a flag route and went to the pylon. And I mean, he's open if you throw over the head of that guy. But
I understand. Darnold didn't see him though. It was clear when he let go of the ball, and you could see O'Connell talking to him after the throw was made. The mistakes Darnold made today. I mean, O'Connell is always up in his face afterwards, telling him what he did wrong. What gives me hope after today, which today is the best football game I've seen all year. What gives me hope is it's October. I think the Vikes are hopefully should progress. Darnold, after his 6 quarters of, what is the word, degression or digression? I don't know the two terms. I've drank too much. He did look better today. Darnold did. So, like, I don't know. I'd rather be losing in October. This brings us back as a fan base to reality. Like, there's no way this team is going to go fucking 16 or 17-0. But yeah, like you had made a comment in our text thread where always Tony with the negativity. Lions are fucking way better. I wouldn't say they're way better if they just beat us by a field goal.
But they should have beat us by more. The punt, that fake punt, that 7 points given to us that we didn't deserve, and I think they're more than 1 score better than us.
I don't, because we just played and they weren't. So that's what I'm basing it on. And the stats were damn near identical. The thing going forward is, Jesus, I didn't even realize that Darnold was 22 for 27. That's pretty fucking good.
Yeah, but Goff was even better.
Yeah, 22 for 25. That's elite. That's
damn near perfect. Yeah. Against the Brian Flores defense, we all thought he was a genius. And it seems like the Detroit Lions offensive coordinator has Brian Flores' number. Although it didn't seem that way for much of the second half.
No, but when they needed, Detroit's offense broke down our fucking zone defense every time. We gave up so many chunk plays.
So much stuff in the middle.
Just fucking 13 to 17 yards where it's just like, we can't do that. Either you give up a big play while you're bringing pressure.
Yeah.
Or like.
I would have liked to seen much more pressure on Jared Goff. Even though he's great against the blitz, I still bring it like crazy against
that last drive when we still have like $150 on the clock. I'd love to see him just bring full blitzes. Because then it's like, if you give it up, at least our offense has time to go and try to
go 40 yards, 50 yards. Yeah.
As opposed to, and actually, last play of the game, fuck it. Give Reichert a chance at 75 yards. Fuck it. Let him try it.
I agree. I was kind of surprised he didn't run the field goal unit out there. You're not getting points on your chances of him hitting that field goal are better than you scoring a touchdown.
I'm sorry. I think that the 57-yarder he made, that looks like it would have probably been good from 67 to 70.
Yeah, I thought 70-yarder was in his range the moment I saw that kick. Yeah. We have a kicker.
No, and that would have, I mean, that would have been fun to see. And
It really
everybody would have been like, you're the idiot. Nobody can make a fucking that long of a
75
kick.
yards.
But fucking nobody ever can fucking those plays never work when you got 1 second left and you got to get like 65 yards or whatever it was.
The moment he didn't hit somebody on the sideline.
Or 55 yards, yeah.
Game over.
Mm-hmm.
Whatever. It was a great game. I'm not too depressed. I think Detroit and Minnesota are two of the
Evenly
top 4
matched.
teams in the league. Yeah.
Well, yeah, we play in the strongest division in football, and we've already beaten Did the Packers win the division last year?
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, the Lions did.
The Lions did.
Packers got wild card.
Yeah. But nobody saw us being this good. Nobody really expected us to have a chance to be a playoff team this year, I don't think. It just makes me wonder if at this point you're like, maybe we look at JJ McCarthy now. No?
Well, he's hurt. How do we look
I
at
know,
him?
but it's not hurt. In this game, are we like...
No. How do you... We just went through it. I mean, you disagree. I think Darnold made a mistake on his pick. I think that's on the QB and nobody else. But even with that mistake, he had a pretty good game. Like, he put his team in a position to win.
I don't know.
I mean, he missed a... And his legs.
I think if we see a lot of that tape back, we'll find out that he had opportunities to throw the ball and he didn't, and ended up running.
When we had to settle for a field goal before our defense scored, he had Addison for the first down. It's like you have to see that, and you have to immediately let that go.
Yeah. I think that's what that's what they'll pick apart in NFL Live. That's what Mina Kimes will be like. Yeah, here are the opportunities Sam Darnold had that he missed. And I think those would be the difference in the game. But
to his credit, though, I mean, you're seeing, that fucking strike to Addison.
He had 2 terrific throws.
Jesus.
He keeps fucking, his arm talent keeps surprising me on a regular basis. Yeah.
And I like that he's willing to tuck it and run, which is another thing I think our offense needs to start using more often, especially if teams want to try to use man coverage against us.
Yeah.
That is the best way to beat man coverage is a QB.
Yep.
Who can fucking break the middle of the field.
Empty out the middle of the field and just let me go right up the middle of that pocket.
Yep.
Yeah.
So, no, it's sad because we're in a position where it's like, oh, my God.
Take a stranglehold on the NFC North. Yeah.
This could be a team of destiny here where even luck's on our side, and it wasn't today, but.
We were unlucky and undisciplined is what I said in the group chat. We had too many penalties.
No, and this is sad because Flores gave up 4 touchdowns, which the defense can't do in the NFL.
Yeah.
But I still think this one's on the offense where
they underperformed. I think they stuck with they tried to establish the run for too long against too good a run defense. You knew that they weren't going to get to the quarterback because of the absence of Aiden Hutchinson, and then you didn't bother to take advantage of that, right? I would have let Sam Darnold throw the ball 50 times today.
No, and I understand how you think. Maybe I am overestimating how much of an impact Hawkinson will have on this team. If you look at every throw to Munt, those essentially under throws that are 2 to 3 yarders, he didn't get anything after that. No. Where it's like, I'm sorry, the reports coming out of Hawkinson, he's even, and I read a lot of Vikings hype shit. He's fucking faster than before he got injured. Like, he's putting in the work. Like, him, Jefferson, Addison, and if Jones can stay somewhat healthy, I don't know if a team other than maybe Detroit has that many impactful offensive fucking playmakers, or a healthy Niners, which we haven't seen a healthy Niners yet. But
I don't know that we will. It sounds like Christian McCaffrey might not even make it back this season. I don't know.
No, but I also get sick of that. I'm trying to rate a team by, well, if they're at full strength, you can't fucking say that. Houston.
Who knows what we're gonna be in? Super Bowl. That's week 20.
Yeah, Houston was at full strength, and we beat the fucking shit out of them. Yeah. Like, whatever. I think. Did anybody see? Houston ended up losing to the Packers, right?
Yeah.
Like
they did.
I'm pretty sure
they were ahead, but
this NFC North.
I'm not 100% sure though. I guess
It's
It's
fucking.
I thought I heard somebody say that they won it.
This NFC North is impressive. I mean,
we'll send 3 teams to the playoffs at least, and
Yeah.
maybe 4. Can we
Maybe
send
4.
4? Chicago could. I mean, I've been talking about Chicago like they're a shit
shitty.
heap, and they might not be. Like they might not be. I know their defense is good. I knew their defense was good last year, but Caleb Williams has taken a couple steps the last few weeks. It seems.
Yeah, you want to talk about another team that has offensive talent coming out of their asshole. I mean, their receiving core, the weapons Williams has, and he's starting to look like the number one,
Packers
like a
124-22.
generational talent. He's still not the best QB in the division. I still think the Packers have the best QB in our division, but
Yeah, I'd agree.
But no, it's going to be fun. Like it sucks if you're a Vikings fan because you've got 4 really good teams and you have to fucking beat yourself up playing them all the time.
It happened to the Twins this year.
Could decide the division, you know?
Yeah, this game could.
Well,
Oh
I
my
mean,
God.
just every team's good in the division. I mean, you play half the season against your division. It could decide it.
Speaking of the Twins.
Oh, the
my
Twins
God,
are for
that's-
sale.
No,
And
that
A-Rod could get his money out of the Timberwolves and put it into the Twins. Oh,
I'm
boy.
just I watched that Guards game last night, and
Yeah, the Guardians played terrible defense in that series.
this is why certain people make a lot of money. That fucking Soto at bat was my God, that's playoff
that was
baseball.
impressive. That was some of the most impressive shit. I was like half asleep in my bed, and I still managed to realize how fucking big of a at bat that was.
And I rewatched MLB Network. They actually have good commentators. I wasn't watching that broadcast of the game. Like I'm sitting there watching the at bat, and I'm like off speed. I'm like, you're gonna have to challenge him with a fastball eventually. You have to.
Yeah, you've thrown him 8 pitches, and none of them have been fastballs. It's about time. Yeah.
And off the bat, I'm like, oh fuck, he just missed
got him in
that.
there and just carried. Yeah.
But it just kept floating and floating and floating, and I'm like, good for fucking Soto. Like, and good for baseball because it's gonna be Yankees. It's gonna be Yankees Dodgers. You've got the 2 biggest superstars in the game, Judge and Ohtani, and I don't know who's gonna win that. Like that's what baseball needs. It's gonna draw fucking viewership. Yeah, that baseball hasn't seen in a long time.
David Sampson said on Nothing Personal that like 12 million people in Japan tuned into. It must have been the latest. The last series of the Dodgers in San Diego.
The last, it would have been Game 5 of the Padres Dodgers series.
Yeah,
more people in Japan tuned in than in the U.S.
Yeah,
and that's at 9 a.m. over in Japan. Like that's fucking insanity.
We know how hard those people work too. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
No, that's people taking time off of work, where it's just like, this is our God. We're gonna fucking show him the respect he deserves.
And he doesn't get the respect he deserves. That's what I said. I was like, baseball's still boring despite Babe Ruth. Like we are seeing Babe Ruth at the height of his power, pitching, hitting. He's gonna pitch and hit next year, and he could be the Cy Young and the fucking MVP, and that would be amazing. But I still don't think it's still gonna like lose ground to hockey.
I don't know baseball. I don't think we're there yet between those 2 sports. I think basketball will become the number 2 in this country. Baseball will slide to number 3, but baseball is, even though I understand your negativity, Tony, and you've been hating on this sport for a while.
I'm a softball fan now.
It has made strides. It has made strides this year.
It seems to have. Yeah.
It's getting viewership back. They have to. Baseball has to make some changes to affect pitching. They're trying to manufacture.
We need to lower the mound.
No, I think that'll be
saying it for years on this show. They need to lower the mound.
They can alter the stats all they want. Like if you watch a baseball game and the way they turn fucking errors into hits, it's like fucking laughable.
Yeah.
Like, I think that would be a good thing for the game. Is actually, I think lowering the mound fixes everything.
I agree.
It's
I agreed 5-7 years ago.
Because you made it easier to manufacture, like through steals and whatnot. With those adjustments,
let's make it entirely flat so we can play fucking fast pitch softball on those games before the major league games start. Huh? Go back to the dead ball era? Yeah.
Not
Come
ready for
on,
that.
baby, let's do it.
I'm not ready for that.
Fun. It'll be fun.
No, I'm not ready for that because it's still, and this is always going to be the thing in sports is I get it. Flashy and entertainment is one thing. There is still a sect of sports fans who likes to watch sport for sport's sake. Like, not everything needs to be fucking professional wrestling. Like, I'm sorry. Like,
No, it absolutely does. It absolutely does. I've said for a long time, every league needs to have a professional wrestling writer on their staff just to create these storylines going into every week.
And like I'm saying, loving sport for sport, I think that is a good transition to talk about the offseason moves the T-Wolves have made. If you love the sport of basketball, it's not always about stars. It's about the way we play the game.
Yeah,
that's my transition to you, Joel.
Yeah.
Wow. Well
hey,
done,
that was way good. I am a fan of a dog shit league that doesn't play right. So
okay.
But they sell it well.
Let's prelude this by saying every year since this show's been in existence, we've done an annual cat trade deadline show where Joel has joined us to basically give us all the trades that NBA 2K allows him to make for Karl Anthony Towns to go play somewhere else. And the first question I want to ask Joel is, out of all those trades that we've done in those years, is this better, the return we've gotten from the Knicks, than what you got from the game?
Well, I mean, probably. I don't know. It's the money working. Yeah. I mean, it's way too easy in the game just to do a trade. You know that too. Right. Like when we just screw around and start one up when you're here, like, hey, let's just trade some fucking people.
Actually, let's give a big shot on a big promo to fucking that game though. That is one of the best games to play with like 2 to 3 to 4 people for a short setting where you can do a draft and like
3 team deals and it's just
awesome.
Also, I think it's a great means to like learn how the actual salary cap in the NBA works. Like, because otherwise, I don't have any goddamn idea. I don't know what early bird rights are or any of this shit is.
Well,
like,
the
what
thing
does
too
this shit mean?
with this trade too, it's like we were going to be a second apron tax team. So
right,
I mean, that was probably the biggest deal with this move is getting the finances to re-sign a guy like that. Second apron, you don't have any moves. You can't. It's pretty much minimum players. Like you can't. It's harder to trade. Like we had to go through a bunch of loopholes just to complete this trade. I guess.
Right.
Is what I was reading on it.
Yeah. So like mid-season, if you want to pick up a veteran at a league minimum.
Yeah, you can't.
It's really hard to do that.
If it's like somebody bought out and you're already a tax team, you can't pick up people on the buyout market. Yeah,
right.
There's a whole bunch of stuff, but yeah, I didn't mind it. I mean, I still think I'm a little afraid Randall will opt in, and then it's like shit. We're still going to be, but it's like if he opts out, we have the money to re-sign Nas, who will probably opt out this year. That's my favorite player on the team.
Agreed. The favorite player of everyone in the cities, by the way.
Yeah, I would say that's most T-Wolves
people showing up to women's hockey games with Nas Reed signs.
Yeah,
this guy.
Oh, for real? I didn't know that.
Yeah.
But then also Alexander Walker is up as free agent too. He'd be an important re-sign too. So it's like clearing that money out to sign the people. My thing is, if we stuck with Cat this year, the thing he did last year was he wasn't the scorer that he was. He became more of a spot-up shooter to help Ant grow. Well, if he was going to do that again this year, well, we have that with Nas. Nas shoots just as good as him. He doesn't score as good as him.
We've been saying it for years, Joel. That
Nas he doesn't score as good, but he shoots as good.
He makes Cat expendable.
Yeah, he does, and he's a third of the price.
Yeah,
it just makes sense. He's a better defender, better rebounder, better passer, has better handles. It just makes sense. I hope he starts. I hope we bring Randall.
That's what I was going to ask you next. Is he has to be in the starting lineup, right?
I'm a big fan of one of my favorite all-time players is Manu Ginobili, and that's what I say Nas is. He's our Manu Ginobili.
Man, so I don't mind him. Handles. The man's got handles.
I don't mind him coming off the bench, but he's a better fit in our starting lineup than Randall is. And Randall could bully ball the second unit. So if we do keep Randall, I think we'll move Randall again. But
think so?
well, I mean, we just don't have the money to resign him.
Right.
I would rather have Nas over
Actually,
Randall.
and I've heard that at the trade deadline he would be the guy,
Somebody
depending on
move.
how the season plays out.
Mhm.
That would be really weird for a team that just damn near won the West last year to move a star in
Mhm.
Randall. I mean, I think we can agree that he's a star. He's not a superstar, but
Well, yeah, I mean, he was all NBA. He's just
Right.
dealt with some injuries. I
Yeah.
mean, he's an all-star. He's been an all NBA player. I mean, he's a good, 25, 10, 4 assists. I mean,
no, I think our depth definitely improves, especially with Dante DiVincenzo. I think we get better defensively. We replace some of
second
the
best 3-point shooter last year.
Yep. And
Here we
set
lose.
the record
We
for
lose Cat. We lose Cat, whose 3-point shooting is important. Well, here we get somebody off the bench who can run the point and play with Edwards, which Conley's getting older. That's what I love about him.
yes.
I mean,
Yes.
I love the fact that we picked up that rookie, Dillingham, or I don't know how to say his last name.
Oh, I don't
But-
even know about this.
The 8th pick last year. Remember we traded up?
Yeah, Rob.
Rob, yeah. If
Yep,
he's
yep,
not
yep.
ready, if he's not ready this year, we have the person to play,
Right.
Dante. So, but if he is ready, I mean, Dante could play the 2, Doc could play the 3. Luke Garza had a great preseason. I'm
Luke
glad.
Garza, I like him as a
Yes.
player. I liked him every minute that he played it. It seemed like, man, this guy, he just gives it all
I
the
know
time.
my cousin's pretty high on him, and it's like he's going to get minutes
Your
this
cousin,
year.
my
My cousin Ryan
Oh,
on the
okay.
Raiders
Other
side.
family.
Yeah.
Just relax, Tony.
Yeah,
He's
just
allowed
calm
to have
down.
other cousins. Too,
Yeah,
okay?
it's my favorite cousin on my other side of the family. Calm down.
All right.
Yeah. Yeah. But yeah,
You think the
It's,
Wolves are better for this trade then?
I don't.
I think
Oh.
at the beginning we're gonna digress
Struggle
just
a
a little bit.
Yeah.
But until we just figure out the chemistry.
Yeah.
Like I said, if we put Nas in, we already have the chemistry.
Right.
And then Randall can bully ball the second team.
I do like that second unit. If Randall is the 6th man of the year type, and Dante plays with that second unit, you spread the floor a little bit there. I don't really see a world where Julius and Anthony Edwards work together on the floor because they clog up the center. It doesn't leave him driving.
And Randall has hit 3-pointers. He's just, I mean, when he got to New York, I think he was like shooting like 33, 34%. It's down to about like 30 now. But
Yeah.
I mean, it's not as respectable as Cat, obviously. But I mean,
Boy,
if you're going to get open looks, I think the best part about him is he can bully and he's a great passer. I think he's a better passer than Cat was. So, so if he can get some high posts and backdoor to McDaniels or Edwards, I mean, for easy, like if he's high post, yeah,
right.
I think he's going to hit the
Backdoor
pass.
cuts from the baseline.
Yeah, backdoor cuts. I think he could hit the pass, or even pick and roll with Rudy. I think he could hit the pass better
Oh
than.
God!
Cat turned the ball over.
With my favorite cousin. Oh my God! This stuff. Pick and roll. The word
Well, no,
pick and roll is
and I don't think
fucking
Cat
so
took
sad.
enough threes last year. Was the
I
thing?
just see that the thing. Yeah, I do agree with you. And then every time he got it in the post, he'd even have a smaller person on him, and it's like, go push that fucking guy out of the way.
Yeah.
Yes.
Randall can do that. Randall
see-
will be one that. Well, okay, I like getting that contact. He kind of reminds me of a Zebo from Zach Randolph from Memphis. You know?
We got 2 dogs for a cat.
Yeah.
That's a
No,
good
that's-
trade. That's
that's
a
a
good
good-
trade in any situation.
yeah. Well, and even if we start Randall and keep Nas, who was 6-man, DiVincenzo was a 6-man candidate too. I mean, and then Na is just important on defense. I mean, takes McDaniels out. He's the perfect defender to just throw on somebody. So it's just.
He can play all 5
I think we have a good 1 through 8. I mean, we have one of the best 1 through. Besides
Our
maybe
depth is
the
vastly
Thunder. The
improved.
Thunder's pretty. That's the team I
still
worry
am
about the
scared
most in the West.
shitless of the Thunder, yes.
No,
I mean,
and
you ought to be, and you ought to be. They're
Well, with their depth, they just have everything. I mean,
Mhm.
and if they want to go get something, they still have every fucking pick to do it. It's just wild. I mean, they signed all their role players to contracts, so they could piece together these role players that are pretty damn good and go get another piece if they want to.
Oh, you think they're going to make move at a trade deadline?
Well, no. I'm just saying if they wanted to, they can. I mean, they don't have to. The thing is, I would see what it's at, but I'm just saying they have the pieces to hey, you know what? Fuck it. If we want to go get somebody, we can go get somebody.
Yeah.
No, and I think money wise, I think this is like one of the best money ball moves you could do as the league has transitioned, and like the Thunder are who you're looking towards the next couple years.
Yeah.
Where the league is moving. This allows you, like, I don't know if Randall actually would opt in with his age. I think he's going to, because what he's going to be next year, 30,
I think 30,
29?
30, I think he's 30 or 31 next year. So he'll have one last chance for a nice big contract.
So that's my thing is I would
yeah.
think he would probably pass on the 30 and just be
go
like,
for
I'm
the,
gonna
long,
get my,
go
I'm
for
gonna
the longer deal.
go for a 3-4 year deal where I'm making fucking their
That's
contracts are so amazing. Like,
That's what I'm hoping about
really
with Rudy. I'm hoping Rudy will opt out this year and go for that less money but longer contract.
yeah,
You know,
because with Nas having a player option next year as well, obviously he's not going to play for us unless we restructure a deal.
well, and that the thing with Nas too is that's why I kind of want him to start, just to show him, hey, we want you here.
Yeah.
This
Yeah.
is your spot.
Yeah.
Like I think maybe Randall is slightly better than him right now, but you know, it's certain things like he does certain things better than him, and Nas shoots better. But I mean, they're both really good players. But as our youth and our team, it's like I want Nas to grow with Edwards and McDaniels.
I do too.
So that's why I would give him the position. But like I said, I love him as our Manu Ginobili, as the sixth man.
I think the Timberwolves fan base, more so than like any other player, want Nas to stick around. Like, dude, there were Nas Reed towels at WrestleMania, for Christ's sake. And it wasn't even in Minneapolis. Like, what the hell? This guy is fucking like a part of the culture in this place. People getting Nas Reed tattoos on their fucking body. Some guy did like $20 tattoos and like 200, 300 people show up for fucking Nas Reed tattoos. Just the name Nas Reed they have on their body. I'm just like,
just have Nas written on you.
Yeah.
It's that LSU Connect, man. You need to have fucking Jefferson's pal. You know, they got to stick together.
Oh, I saw that. It was Anthony Edwards and Justin Jefferson recreated the Randy Moss, Kevin Garnett.
Oh, yep.
Did you see that too, Joel?
Yes, I did. Yep.
Oh God.
It was fire the first time. I mean,
I know.
2.0, I guess.
I might have to tune into that on October 22nd. I guess
Sports Illustrated, right? Was it?
It's going to be on. Well, I mean, it's going to be debuted on ESPN, I think.
Oh, okay.
Well, no, the interview was.
Yeah,
the interview was on ESPN. I think it's through Sports Illustrated.
Oh, yeah. Okay. Yeah.
That was.
They did the original photo. God, that's going to be sweet.
That was super fucking cool watching the football game too. Right before fucking first kickoff, they have an NBA fucking premiere commercial, and it's all centered around fucking
Anthony.
I'm like, Ant is the future of the fucking league. This is so fucking cool to see. Like,
I saw that one dunk he had, and it's just like, oh my God, I forgot how much I love watching this guy play basketball. Like, it's just, I'm jonesing. I'm fucking jonesing for the NBA season.
For NBA,
I haven't been like this since Michael Jordan. Like,
well, no, you got pretty hyped for Jimmy Butler. I remember.
I did get season tickets, but I wasn't like, oh my God, I have to get Bally Sports North on October 22nd so I can watch Anthony Edwards play basketball. Like,
and I'm excited to see McDaniels take the next step too.
Yeah,
I want him to
I've been waiting for him for a while though.
Well, yeah, the players I compare him to is Jimmy Butler and Jaylen Brown. In their fourth year, they had a big fourth year and got paid, and their offense came around. That's what I was hoping for his fourth year. His offense didn't come around, but fifth year, he's got his money. Let's go.
But he was battling with two guys who dominate.
That's another thing. Cat's out of the way now.
Yes.
I'd like to see him do more.
Yep.
I want him to be the Robin to Edwards Batman for sure.
Yeah. He's the backdoor.
And then Nas to fucking just tie everything together.
McDaniels to me is the backdoor cut man. Who should be always open.
Oh, well, yeah. He was on the 3-point line, but like I said in one of the playoff games, he did backdoor 5 times, and they scored every single time. He had 4 layups, and then he passed it off to Rudy for an easy dunk. It's just like, you got to be doing that.
Him going with momentum to the rim. The man doesn't. Sometimes I think he forgets how much above the rim he can play.
Oh yeah, for sure. And then the other thing too, I just found this out, was one of the rules changed, and it was the refs can go to the monitor for out of bounds plays. And this was a big play in the playoffs. Was Kyle Irving fouled McDaniels, and it went out of bounds, so it looked like it was off of McDaniels. They got the ball and ended up winning the game by 1. A game we could have easily won. They're changing that rule to go review that. So it's just like, hey, that's something that just pissed me off when I saw that game. That, oh, all right, cool. They're changing the rules for the fucking Timberwolves. Holy shit.
Basketball now. He's not just watching basketball on the video game. He's watching basketball now.
Yeah.
Holy shit, look out, world.
Yeah.
Joel Mariano's coming for you.
I haven't even picked up the video game yet.
The man knows basketball.
Yep.
So, since I'm a producer on this show now, it seems like a transition from the Timberwolves. There's been this issue over the Timberwolves with fucking Bloomberg and A-Rod trying to officially, and whenever this sale is going to go through.
November 4th is the arbitration hearing.
Does the Twinkies, or do the Twinkies throw a wrinkle in that? A-Rod should be owning a fucking baseball team, not a basketball team.
I think it does. I think he wants to lose this arbitration so he can buy the Twins at a discount, which would be less.
I would love having A-Rod own the fucking Twins. I would love it.
He wouldn't be the owner. I guess he might even
but he'd be the face of the ownership group.
Yeah.
And it would be
that would bring people in.
Yes, it'd be a lot different than what they did with fucking Jeter in Miami.
Well, Miami never had
a Jeter still own part of Miami?
No, he's out of.
Okay.
No, Miami never really had a chance, but I think there's not nearly enough stuff to do. I mean, you compare Miami to Minneapolis, there's so little shit to do in Minneapolis on a regular basis that a baseball game would be intriguing. Whereas in Miami, like, there's so much shit going on where, like, a baseball game is ridiculous to go to.
Same thing when like LeBron and D Wade and everybody joined up in Miami. People weren't at the games.
Yeah,
it's just there's so much shit to do.
They
there.
show up late. They take their time at halftime. Yeah, I mean,
they leave early.
In a place where shit is always happening.
Yeah.
Well, no, and as shitty of a fan base as the Twins have, like, I'm not gonna. I've hated ownership for a long time.
It's still better than both of them in Florida.
It's not like we have the best fan base coming out of the Midwest. But that being said, we need like a shot of fucking adrenaline to this team.
Steroids would probably be the way to go there.
And Florida just is. It doesn't matter what you do in Florida. Fucking hockey, you can win the fucking cup. That's still not enough to get people to come watch the games. Yeah. Same with the NBA. Baseball.
Florida, the Panthers just had their first season where season tickets aren't available. You have to join a wait list. They had to win the Stanley Cup for that to happen. The Wild have been doing that for years in the state of hockey.
No, that's what I'm gonna love this year. Like the Wild are gonna be trash this year.
Are we talking hockey?
Yeah, Wild are gonna be trash this year.
They're not.
But they're still gonna fucking sell out every goddamn game.
We're on a 7-game road trip and we're playing great. We're good. We're going to be good. And it's Marc-Andre Fleury's last year ever. Oh, we're must-see TV.
You think we're going to be a playoff team this year?
We're a playoff team. Yes, we're not a contender for the cup, but I think we can make the playoffs. Yes, the St. Louis Blues took a big step back, and we dominated them. So it looks to me like if Gustafson's healthy, and we're running a 3-goalie ship, which most teams won't do, because we want to get Waldstedt some time in net. He was not great last year, but he really needs to prove this season that he's ready to be an NHL goaltender, because Marc-Andre Fleury ain't going to be there next year. So they got to work him in at some point, and it seems like our special teams is elite. It sure looks like we can kill the penalties and score on the power play, which like 3 years ago was the biggest problem with this team. So it seems like we've addressed the biggest issue with this team. And the one thing that hasn't, very small sample size, we used to be great in shootouts and overtime. And we've lost, I think, all of our games that have gone to overtime. I still don't think we've lost the game in regulation. I think we're either we win or we lose in overtime or a shootout. So you still get points that way, and that's a great way to make the playoffs.
Yeah.
So I think this is a playoff team just based on our defensive ability. Our depth isn't great. We don't have a great third and fourth line, but holy shit, the scoring on the first and second line is fantastic. And they're a lot of fun to watch. I mean, Kirill Kaprizov is the best skater on the ice and drawing so much attention that there's someone behind him regularly. Yet that guy, number 97. Yes.
That was
he's really good.
That was going to be my follow-up question. What do we do? Because going into the season, nobody's predicting the Wild to do anything. And maybe they can change things, but like, what moves need to be done to build him a base?
Now you're asking me to think like Bill Guerin on the goddamn fucking short time. I'm
saying, what do we need
here?
No, but I'm saying his contract's coming to a close.
You need depth, and you need an enforcer. You need somebody who can take on all the fights for the beyond the trade deadline to keep these guys healthy, because you're going to have Jared Spurgeon coming back from a very serious injury. They're taking their time with him. He's the captain of this team. He's the leader in block shots on this team, and the defense is still good without him on the team. So I'd imagine that defense is going to get better when he gets added. But you got to protect him, and you got to protect Kaprizov, and you got to protect Eriksson Ek. Oh my God, we don't talk nearly enough about Joel Eriksson Ek and how important he is to this hockey team. The man is the ultimate grinder. He is Minnesota hockey. The man epitomizes how we play the game here. It's get in the fucking crease and create problems and make people fucking hate you. Just fucking and he pushed them around until they get fucking sick of your ass, and you're finally open for a shot on goal. Like, just take all the ricochets and put them in the back of the net. That's what he does. He's just so great at that. He moves people around in front of the crease. He gets deflections, and he broke his nose early in the season, and we managed to win a game against the Blues without him, which is saying a lot, because the Blues have kind of changed their culture a little bit. They used to be like the bruising Blues, right? They used to fucking grind you down. They chuck it deep, and then they grind you up against the boards. But they realize that the league has moved on to a speed game. So they've got a bunch of young kids that are just, we're going to skate real fast, and they don't have a lot of size anymore. And so they're rebuilding, and besides us, they were the team that missed the playoffs. We were the last two out last season, and we're miles ahead of better than them. Better than them. Better than the Blues.
Would you trust a hockey player who's never had a broken nose? Like, I wouldn't. Like,
I mean, you still got to take time. If you can't breathe,
come on, that's what the mouth is for.
Yeah.
I think we need to give Eriksson Ek all the time he needs so we can have him when we need him in the playoffs. Because I believe the last time that we did try to play with a broken Eriksson Ek in the playoffs, and I'm right about this, we lost because Eriksson Ek wasn't on the. You got to realize this is the best face-off man we have, and when it comes to playoff hockey, winning the face-off is one of the most important goddamn things you can have in the game. And if you can't win face-offs, you ain't gonna win games. And Eriksson Ek wins the faceoffs, and we need to have him. And so if they can keep him healthy, they can keep Kirill Kaprizov healthy. And if Matt Gustafson is Gustafson, if he's, what he was last year, not last year, the year before, this team can win a first round series, I would guess.
And get their enforcer, you're saying?
Yeah, I think, they do need to have and Bill Guerin will get that. He does. If they've got a chance to make the playoffs, he's going to go out and get that guy.
Right.
Really well. And Foligno's that guy right now, and that's not a bad guy to have. Except for he's Hartman. Hartman is too important to the offense of this team for him to be fucking around like that. Because he's our second line center now, and he's terrific. Like, he knows where to be when Kirill Kaprizov draws two, and that leaves him wide fucking open all the time. So we can't have him wasting away, throwing blows with motherfuckers. We got to get a Ryan Reeves type to kind of take that part of the game away from him for us.
I'm just saying, I went down the internet, sucked me in. It sucked me in.
Oh, I didn't suck you in, but the internet did.
I had one ear on you and one eye. I can only do so many things. I have found the next jersey I'm buying for the Wild, though. Fucking Brock Faber.
Oh,
fucking
Brock
goddamn!
Nobody looks more like a Hanson brother than Brock Faber.
No, this is fucking what hockey
From
is.
here,
Yeah,
he went to UW,
U of M.
Minnesota. Yeah,
U of M.
and dude,
Maple Grove.
he basically graduated from college and went straight to the NHL and started playing fucking NHL hockey in the playoffs. That was his first fucking. Hey, kid, you're the number 2 defenseman on. Good luck, bud. And he was great. He's great.
From Maple Grove, and he's got these big fucking like Buddy Holly glasses. Like it's just like and he's a defenseman. Yeah, that's my next jersey.
He's a dog. Yeah, you can put in an order at dhgate.com. Get that shit from China in like 6 weeks. All right, well, we got a Lynx game coming up tonight. Let's keep it on the basketball. I mean, I'm ready.
Back to basketball.
Yeah, back to basketball. It's 4:25. We're what 2 hours and 35 minutes away from a game 5 in the WNBA finals between the Minnesota Lynx and the New York Liberty. And I was at game 4, and we got a call that we needed late in the game. Reggie Carlton hit a couple free throws. We won the game. But one thing I will say about this series, one, the officiating is terrible. And they are just letting everything go. It has been jail ball. Like, wow, has it been rough. Like, I know this game is rough because their officiating tends to swallow their whistle, but this is a special kind of like 90s, late 80s, early 90s throwback basketball that I love. Just absolutely.
Who doesn't?
Yes, exactly. I mean, I miss this type of basketball, and this is why I fell in love with the WNBA, is because it's like a late 80s, 90s throwback to physical basketball in the paint, mid-range jumpers, mid-fucking-range jumpers, man. I miss the mid-range jumper. And it's been a very physical series. Who's going to win tonight? Fuck if I know, man. It's basically a toss-up, I'd imagine. I will say that Alanna Smith, after her back injury in Game 3, did not look 100% in Game 4. There was basically, I mean, we were the better team with Alanna Smith at 100%, and now I'm not sure that we are. And I think that she might be the difference. She was named second team all defense in the WNBA this season. I think she might be the difference between winning and losing this championship. Go ahead. Sorry.
I'm going to come off as a sexist saying this because I'll be watching the game 6 of the national. and
you're going to have 2 screens going at once, you know.
I'm just. Do they only do 5? Is it a 5-game series for the final?
It is a 5. Mm-hmm. Yes, for this year. Next year, it will be a 7-game series.
Really? They're increasing it. Good.
Yeah.
With the interest, I hope so. That's fucking tough. Like,
that is rough.
Is this their first chance at it since Maya Moore retired?
Yes.
At a championship?
Okay. Yep. Yeah, and they look like a championship team. It's certainly a championship defense. Again, but with Alanna Smith off the floor, it just isn't the same defense. And I've been saying all year that Cheryl Reeve is making me eat crow because I didn't understand the direction the team was taking with the picks they were making in the draft the last season. So much so that I ended my season ticket membership. And she went out and just found somebody who hadn't played in the WNBA for like 3 years and threw her in there and ended up being a second team all defensive player and one of the top 15 shooters of 3-pointers in the game. So
after
somebody knows what she's doing.
after this show, I might have to sneak down to the sports bet. Fucking
and lay some money. I did have the links on the
Lynx are huge fucking underdogs. I might throw.
What's the spread? Is it 7?
5.5.
Yeah, that seems. Barclays is a really difficult place to play.
No, I might.
Why I'm so surprised we managed to win the first game out there.
I think I'm going to do a parlay, straight up fucking Lynx to win and straight up Mets to push it to a game 7.
No, those are both. I don't want to be the person that tells you those are both losers, but I think
I know they are both losers. They're both losers. That's why they pay out so much.
It's called gambling.
Yeah.
And with that said, I think we should call it. It's 4:30. I'd like to
Great.
thank my co-hosts, my favorite cousin, and NBA 2K expert, Joel Variano,
All right.
and our attorney on retainer.
And MLB The Show expert.
Michael J. Haas, Esquire. I'm your host, Anthony Variano. You can find us on TikTok at Minnesota Foul Play by Play. You can find us on YouTube at Foul Play by Play. Wow, that's hard to say when you're drunk. At Foul Play by Play. Thank you for joining us.
God bless
Later, guys.
America.
Love you.
Love you.
Bye.